trading cards. I have no idea how they work, but I do know that I love them. The artwork, the tradability, the rounded corners. That's the best I got. So here is how I make my own trading cards and the mistakes that I made along the way. First of all, trading cards are well known for their amazing artwork. So I got busy making my own custom artwork for this project. This particular trading card was for my first ever drop inspired by my comic, Heaven's Handlers. Which, if you haven't read, my guy, what are you even doing? I started with my main character front and center, and then added in some necessary details. For the background, yep, you probably saw it. I used a reference to create it. I am literally so bad at backgrounds, which is why most of my art doesn't even have backgrounds in the first place. But this card felt pretty incomplete without one, so I had to do something. And side note, using references isn't a bad thing. It's how we learn. But make sure to make it your own. Again, take inspiration and don't steal, all right? We all hear that? I'm looking at you, Jennifer. Once I was satisfied with the artwork, I had to figure out the rest of the card. And again, I had to come up with a background, so I went as simple as possible. I kind of struggled with the card information part. I didn't know how detailed I wanted to go, like power-ups or rules and stuff. So simple it is! And no, I don't know what the stars mean, but I do know they look awesome, which is good enough for me. After the front was done, I made a super simple back panel. I say simple because I fought with this design for a while. Like, I really didn't know what I wanted it to look like or wanted it to say, but it ended up pretty spiffy despite all the issues I was having with it. After a quick 30 seconds of research, I arranged the cards correctly in Affinity Photo. You can use whatever editing program you want. You can do whatever you want. You can probably put this in GIMP and get the same exact outcome, okay? GIMP is free. I just use Affinity Photo because I have it. After editing it, you probably have noticed that there was no border. I added my border in the printing phase. Again, I have a different program for that, so you can just use whatever program you want to create a border. Now, hold on to your socks, people, because this is where things are about to get a wee bit complicated. There was some trial and error in this phase. The challenge was figuring out how to round out the cards, make a balanced border, and make the two sides of the card actually stick together. It took me about 4 or 5 trial runs before I figured it out. So here is what I learned. Number 1, when arranging your card sides, make sure the gap in between them is even. So if the border you want is like 3 millimeters, make sure the gap between the two cards is at least 6 millimeters, 7 at most. That way, when you fold the card in two, the border is even on both sides. After I got the border figured out, I then exported it as a transparent background PNG. When you click the export button in any program, you're gonna see a lot of different options. If you want something to be a transparent background, choose the PNG one. And you have to make sure you set the background to be transparent typically in a program. Otherwise, it'll just export it as white, which we don't want that to happen. Unless you're cutting this out by hand, it doesn't matter. Number 2, make sure your cards are arranged like you see here. Okay, this next bit is for those using a machine to cut out their cards. Those who still live in the Stone Age and are using scissors, just watch and learn, okay? You need to know this, don't skip over it. All right, number 1. Make your borders using the offset tool in your program. And make sure the corners are rounded. Yes, it's going to look weird in between the two cards, but that is normal, okay? If it looks like this, you did it right. Number 2, if you set the gap in between the cards to 6 millimeters, just like we were talking about earlier, make sure the border matches. This is math, okay? Hang in there with me, okay? I'm really bad at this. When you fold the card, the border will end up being 3 millimeters right there at the top. So we want the rest of the border to match that. So your offset would be set to 3 millimeters. That way everything matches nice and happy. Okay, that was the hardest part, all right? Are you still with me, Jennifer? Who is this Jennifer? I'm so sorry to anyone who's named Jennifer, and I'm just like picking on you. All right, I printed my cards on photo paper. Here's the printer settings, and here's my printer, and here is my cat. I apply a protective topper to my trading cards. This topper in particular is awful. It's the worst thing ever that I've ever had to work with. It's terrible. I don't even know why I still have it. I still have it because I haven't found anything better. So if anybody has anything better, please pass it along because I need something different than this. But this is all that I have to work with. So you can see me cutting it to the right size and then fighting for my life with it. It is literally awful. I don't know why I still use it. There are days with this topper where I just like wanna Here's what the cards look like fresh out of the machine. It's pretty straightforward from here. When I fold the cards, I take my time and I really make sure the edges are lined up. This is the most important step. People, make sure the edges are lined up and don't rush it. Pro tip, use something hard like a card or a piece of plastic to really crease that card So that way, whenever you fold it, it has memory and it will fold exactly how you want. Now, I tried a glue stick and the cards ended up pulling apart. So the best adhesive I found was actually this generic spray glue that you can find at Walmart or really anywhere. Now, when you use it, hold the can away from your project like 7 to 12 inches. I don't know, I didn't measure, just guess. As long as you're away from it, you're fine. And spray across the cards. Don't drip the glue and don't over glue. Again, you're probably working with paper, so we don't want to saturate it. We just want to add a nice little layer to help it stick. It's just enough to make those cards stay together. I'm sure there's a better method to this, but I do things my own way and I haven't found anything better, so deal with it. Peeling the cards up, I carefully press the two sides together. And some glue may be on the edges, but it's fine. It's gonna dry, especially if you have a clear glue, it's gonna be perfectly fine. And boom, trading card. They are like literally so easy to make. All you gotta do is just give it a go. You got no excuses, all right? You don't have a printer? Draw it by hand. You don't have a cutting machine? Use scissors. No spray glue? Use a glue stick and a book. Figure it out. All that matters is that you're being creative and you're having fun. And that's the definition to success in art.